Hey, Aquaba, welcome back to another episode of the ABS show. My name is Charlie Dior.
Yazzie, Odera,
and the Many Man.
And want to thank you for tuning in once again to our show, the ABS show. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and subscribe to the page and also go on our Instagram and follow us, the ABS show. It's one word. If you watch our show, then you know every now and then we go to the Western world and we bring you some of the hottest topics. Okay, so we're going to dig right into it. So, President Trump and Kim Kardashian are both getting a lot of backlash over their meeting. So Kim Kardashian went to visit President Trump in the White House, and there's been a lot of backlash. So social media went crazy. A lot of critics came out, and also, as you can see, the New York Post, what it said is, Kim Jong-un pitches press on prison reform. Trump meets Rump. What do you guys think?
The other
big ass summit. So what do you guys think about it?
First of all, I just love this cover. This cover is amazing. Whoever did this
don't like Trump
is a creative genius.
New York Post, they don't like Trump.
Creative. First of all, originally Meek Mill was supposed to go to have this meeting, and as we all know, Meek Mill is a big, he is a product of the prison system. Over 10 years of probation, been in jail over and over, so that would have been great. However, Jay-Z advised Meek Mill not to do it because of, the whole Donald Trump against Black America thing or whatever. Chrisette Michele sung at the White House for Donald Trump, and she literally got blacklisted. So Jay-Z advised Meek Mill not to do it. So I guess Kim Kardashian went. However, like a comedian said, isn't she the best candidate for this? I mean, who has fucked over more black men in America besides the prison system? I mean, every black man that she touches turns into nothing. So, I mean,
Kanye's still winning.
I mean, Kanye's winning, but, a lot of black America is also upset at him. So, some people don't think he's winning right now.
Okay, let me tell you how I feel about this. Okay. I just feel like people are overreacting. Come on, get a life. We're always complaining, ranting on social media, black this, black that, Trump this, we don't like him. And Kanye talked about love. How about we try love? Who is actually doing the job? What's the point talking and not doing anything? Okay, Kim has gone to say something. You guys are angry. If she says something, you'll be angry. If she doesn't say anything, you'll be angry. How about you just let her do her thing? To me, I feel like what she did is okay. At least she's going to vouch for somebody. She's going to try to get this lady, what's her name again?
Alice
that was,
Johnson.
Because her verdict was not just for such a crime.
For
life imprisonment.
Yes, plus 25.
Exactly.
So can you imagine?
And she's also been helping another, I don't know if it's the same young lady we're talking about, the young lady who killed her abuser.
Yeah, that's the person.
Okay.
Oh, she actually killed her abuser.
Yeah, she killed her abuser. And they gave her like a life sentence.
No, this was a drug offense.
This one was a drug offense.
Okay, well, I'm talking about the young lady who killed her husband or not her husband, her abuser, and she got like a life sentence or something. And Kim Kardashian is like, no, like she killed her abuser. She should be hailed as a hero, and then she should be given help. She should be given like mental help, see a psychiatrist, money help. And so Kim has been helping that young lady as well.
Well, President Trump actually tweeted a picture with the caption, "Great meeting with Kim Kardashian today. Talked about prison reform and sentencing." My opinion on this issue is I do not believe that Kim Kardashian and the president have a lot of information and knowledge when it comes to prison reform and sentencing. So I don't know what they are both doing there. They are both matter and just occupying space. Like for me, like
but you're
you know what I mean?
Right, Charlie.
No, it's not absolutely
Charlie's right. But
the
would it
fact
make
that
sense?
you haven't been there doesn't mean you know nothing about it. That's life. The fact that you haven't been somewhere does not mean you don't know anything about it. If you're going to meet with me to talk about something, guess what, Timani? I pray and hope that you know what you're talking about. Yes, because I'll do my research, I'll carry out my research, I'll speak with people, I'll find out what their problems are. I mean, there's some people that have never been poor, like Bill Gates, but they help poor people. That doesn't mean he doesn't know anything about poverty.
This issue of prison sentencing, it requires a lot of expertise, knowledge on it. You need to know what you're talking about. I'm sorry.
So the people who know it, what have they done? How many meetings have they held?
The whole administration themselves don't know what they are talking about. They don't know what they are doing. I'm sorry. This is just jokes.
Exactly, and that's why it makes no sense for someone like Meek Mill, who is an expert at prison reform to go and meet a dummy that doesn't know anything. So Kim Kardashian is the perfect person to go and meet the president.
And Jay-Z was the one that stopped it, by the way.
That stopped Meek Mill, yeah. And maybe Kim Kardashian wants more black men out of jail because maybe she wants more black.
Oh my goodness. With that being said, can I just finish with this?
Isn't it a joke? Our whole president system is a joke.
With that being said, though, I don't like this. I don't like this cover because I felt like, you know, it's sexist a little bit. It is. They're making fun of her body. They make, you know, they're not giving her a chance. You know, they're not. And this, for me, I'm sorry.
No, nothing is sexist. Do better. Nothing is sexist when you personally, continuously keep putting naked and sex tapes. She just came out with a fragrance line about her body, and when it came out, she celebrated by posting nude on Instagram. But she wasn't making fun of her body. They are making fun of her body. She was celebrating her body. But if you keep putting yourself out there, this is what I always tell people. What you put out there is what comes back out. Really? So if you're constantly putting this back out there, you're giving people the right, especially as a celebrity, the right to say whatever they want to say about your body. And she constantly puts her body out over and over as if we don't know she doesn't have the best body in the world.
She went in there not showing her body. She's wearing all black like the Omens, trying to tell these people what she really feels and think about this issue. And I think the New York Post should have at least given her a chance. This is just going on.
Like, I find that there's a double standard. I wonder what it is with Kim Kardashian. I get it, but like it's like Cardi B was a stripper and nobody is shaming Cardi B.
Exactly.
Like every time you bring up Cardi B was a stripper, they're like,
hold on a second. Cardi B was a stripper because at that point in her life, she felt like she had no choice, and she only hold on a second.
Said that she only went to strip.
She went to strip for money. Hold on a second. Cardi B was working in a grocery store and wasn't making enough money to move out of her mom's house. She started stripping. The money was good.
She didn't need to She didn't need to move out. She said by herself that it was a choice because thank you, because she liked it. She liked the money that she
was. One moment somebody has a choice, and another moment they had no choice.
No choice.
Which is which?
Anyway, the point I'm making is, Cardi B, whether she's stripping, she was making the money, and she turned into something else. She didn't keep stripping. Kim Kardashian became famous because of a sex tape, and she still keeps putting sex tapes out. Literally.
What Cardi is doing, she might as well just keep stripping because she will perform on stage and let somebody eat her ass while on stage. Okay? If you don't believe me, Google it. It's there. All right, so we're going to move on to the next topic. Odera, and you got this next topic.
Yes, so it seems like rap beef is, starting back up because Pusha T dropped some new hits and he might have, mentioned something about Drake in that. And Drake is quick with them comebacks. So
who is Pusha T? What's going on?
Pusha T is under Good Music. Okay. So he's one of Kanye's artists. He's signed to Good Music. And he dropped a little subtle things that if you know, you'll know.
If you know, you know.
You know. And, Drake don't he got his ghostwriters on it. Reply this, son. And so he dropped his own back and Pusha T came back with some steam, insinuating, I don't know if you guys remember that there was a time that some stripper or whatever came out and said that she's pregnant for Drake.
No, she's not a stripper, she's a porn star and she has had Drake's baby.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So he almost clarified, So that came out and then that rumor was quickly squashed, somebody somewhere just jumped over shh, and we didn't hear anything about it again. But he came out, he's like, oh, tell the truth. And then the cover for that particular song was Drake in blackface. Oh. So I don't know if you're familiar with blackface, but blackface is very offensive because it goes back to the days of when Jim Crow.
I have it in the next picture.
Yeah, Jim Crow and everything. When they were making fun of
this is not a good
black people. Yeah, so he's explain this picture. He accuses Drake of not speaking up about black issues and says that he should claim his child. And so reports have actually come out that he has actually been paying that lady, supporting her financially with the kid. So it's do you really have a kid?
So Pusha T has been pushing
So this is Drake underneath that picture.
Yes.
That's Drake.
Yeah, that's Drake.
And you know what? He did confirm it because he wrote a whole post explaining what this was about.
Right.
I think he said he did this to fight for... not for a movie role.
Oh, okay.
It was to fight for injustice in the entertainment industry.
In the entertainment
so
industry.
He did confirm it was him. But what he did not confirm, going back to what you said, what he did not confirm was a baby. Mm-hmm. And also TMZ also came... came in contact with Drake's father and asked Drake's father, how do you feel about being a grandfather? He said, I don't know. I have no idea what you're talking about. So they are not really confirming the baby thing. Drake, what's really going on?
But Drake's dad
let me know
is
what's
black.
really going on.
Drake's dad is black. So are we going to call what he did racist?
What he did is not racist, but it's insensitive for me. It's very insensitive, and sometimes you're trying to do something good and it misses the spot. But Drake is not the only person that goes and does blackface. Beyonce did blackface in a lot of photo shoots that she did. Naomi Campbell did a whole body black. You know, people do certain things hoping that it will land into something great, but then it misses that.
Beyonce did blackface like
this. She did something. Yeah, black. I'll send the picture so our thing you can post it.
Right.
She did a blackface covering the whole thing and taking pictures of it.
You can go on our Instagram page and Charlie's gonna post it. But listen, this is what I have to say. Listen, if you know anything about Drake, we all know that Drake is the #1 supporters of strippers and porn stars. The strippers and the porn stars love him because he loves to have sex with them, #1, but he also financially really takes care of them. And what are strippers selling? Sex in their bodies. So if Drake has so much money that he wants to like sell it, I mean, I think he slept with one girl and he just paid for like her boobs, and the girl came on Instagram talking about it, glorifying
by the way,
him.
strippers don't. Not all strippers sell sex.
Okay.
Just letting
well,
you
I mean, I'm not saying they sell sex as in they sell the actual
so the
act,
fantasy of
but
it.
that's what they're selling. They're selling the idea of sex. So if Drake wants to buy in it, cool. And of course, sometimes when you're sleeping around, things happen. Like people don't realize it takes like this much sperm to get someone pregnant. So I mean, I think it is true that he does have a baby with a porn star. I follow a blog called Tea Tenders, and she's been saying this for like for a while now, and you know, shows the girl and everything. And the girl is known to have gotten around with Eamon Shumpert, Jamie Foxx, and like a bunch of other celebrities.
I thought you wanted to mention one of your friends, like maybe Drake knows your friend.
And since this came out, the girl has been getting a lot of notifications. Everybody's following her. Yeah. So she said, "Listen, don't come in here following me because of what you heard. This page is only for my friends and family. So leave her alone."
And I don't think she would ever.
I heard that they haven't done the paternity test.
Yeah, okay.
And the baby has been out since October.
Yeah,
what is he waiting for?
a rep told TMZ or E or one of them that yes, there is a baby in question, and yes, Drake is financially supporting this girl, but he does intend to do a DNA test to be completely sure, which is why it has been kept under wraps. Until he's completely sure, he's not going to come out with it.
But if you've been paying for the baby since October, come on, we all know it's Drake's baby. That's just things
Allegedly.
The thing is that rap battle is great because it keeps the industry going. You know, once in a blue moon, we need it. It's supposed to just be verbal and stay verbal to keep the industry going. Pusha came for Drake because Drake said some things supposedly, allegedly about Kanye. And since Pusha is under Kanye, Pusha felt the need to retaliate. And Pusha was also dropping a new album. So it, of course, made publicity sense to do it all at the right time. So initially, Drake didn't even want to respond. Drake sent out a thing that they should pay him $100,000 before he responds.
No.
Because
Drake was throwing shades. You know what that invoice said? $100,000 for reviving
your
Pusha T's career, which means that he made Pusha T relevant again.
By responding.
So he's charging them $100K for helping to revive his
because
career.
there's been old videos of Drake being such a huge fan of Pusha T, going all the way as to buying autographed microphones. So listen, you're just a fan. Stop with the BS.
Because Pusha T is great lyrically, and that's why he was able to have such a great comeback against Drake.
Right.
And the difference between Drake's comeback and Pusha's comeback is Pusha's comeback was all facts. I mean, Pusha's comeback was great. It was amazing. I heard it. I was like, oh, and it's like, oh.
And he talked about
like, it was
you can't even express yourself because you don't write your own lyrics.
Yeah, it was really good. But I mean, it's all in the fun. And at this point in the music industry, it doesn't really matter if you write your own lyrics or not. Because unfortunately, we're living in a time where real does not exist. Everybody's living in their own bubble, in their own fantasy world. And it doesn't. People like Cardi B's music because it's Cardi B's music. It's not because it's such great. So it doesn't matter who writes it. You know.
So you do know who else is not having a great time? Roseanne Barr, and T-Man is gonna go ahead and tell us that story.
Yeah, Roseanne Barr and her show has met their doom because of her racial tweets. So recently, Roseanne Barr tweeted something really, really sensitive, and this was what she said. Insensitive, I'm sorry. She said, Muslim Brotherhood and Planet of the Apes had a baby equals VJ. And VJ is one of Obama's aides, Valerie Jarrett. And so she was referring to her as a product of Planet of the Apes and Muslim Brothers.
Yes.
And when we talk about apes, we talk about black people. Yeah. Because they refer to them as monkeys. Yeah. So ABC and every other channel, they were not ready to deal with that. And immediately they said they're not going to be renewing the next season of the show. You
know what? When I heard this, I was really, really disappointed. Because honestly, I love the Roseanne show. I'm a big fan. I watched it when it was on, when it first came out. I was, I wasn't born yet, but whatever. I was watching a few clips on YouTube. I got hooked. So when this came back, I loved it. I was watching. I was part of the 18 million people that watched it during the premiere.
Wow. That's a lot of people.
She's always been a little shady here and there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Listen, I was very surprised. I never thought she would be this way.
They digged up a lot of old tweets from her. She's always been, she's a comedian. That's what comedians do, right? But with this tweet, anytime I hear anybody comparing black people to ape, they do it intentionally to dehumanize us. Like we are not humans. We are not part of humans. You a monkey, you a chimpanzee, whatever the case may be. So anytime somebody does that, I look at them like, that's evil. That's pure evil.
Right.
I don't agree with them canceling the show.
I
think, no, hold on, I don't agree with them canceling the whole show because Roseanne Barr is taking a lot of food from a lot of people because she's not the only person there. The co-actors, the cameraman, the makeup artist. Like, what are they going to do? They're out of jobs as well. What they could have done was killed her off the show. You know what I mean?
But you can't have the
show is Roseanne.
I know.
How do you take Charlie Dior out of a show called Charlie Dior?
Well, you can do it. They've done it all the time. They kill people off the shows all the time. Change the name.
The ratings will go
change the name. No, change the name. Give them a chance because she's not the only funniest person.
What ABC can do is, ABC is a huge network. Hopefully, they can place the staff onto other shows, and hopefully, other directors and producers will have sympathy to rehire the other people on staff. But because it is rather unfortunate, there's somebody out there that probably quit another job to be on that show, and then now just like that you lose it. I mean, it's horrible. Well, but I'm very glad that ABC took a stance and canceled the show immediately.
Is canceling the show the answer? So my problem with this is that every time somebody does something racist, they fire them, or everybody cancels them, that type of thing. Is that really going to help the situation?
Yes.
Because just like you said, so now all these people are out of work just because of one thing that she said. It's not going to stop her from being racist. Like you said, she's still a comedian. Do you understand? These things are still going to continue. So what is the point of canceling the show?
It's going to make the next person who's racist mind what they tweet about or what they talk about in public.
But it's not going to stop the racism.
There's punishment for bad behavior.
You cannot change a racist mind, opinion, and thought.
Exactly.
That's
so
something that can only that's something that can only be done if the person wants that change.
Thank you. So that's what I'm saying. This is not the best answer. They should have done.
The answer is that ABC is trying to show her that we're not going to tolerate any racism on our end. If you want to be a racist, cool.
Go be a racist on your own.
We're not going to put money in your pocket. That's it.
Yeah. My issue is that we should be trying to nip the situation in the bud. So when it comes out that you're racist, say everybody is looking for a solution. Okay, so now take her to counseling. Put her through community.
I think racism should be an offense. I agree with that. If I was in politics,
take her to the ghettos of Chicago and have her mingle with black people. Those planet of the you will stay with them.
I agree.
You will stay with them, and then if I have them money, ABC should do a special Roseanne's do you understand? Roseanne's cure from racism. Put her under that pressure so the thing will choke her throat, and the next time she thinks that black people are monkeys, she will rethink it.
Yeah, but canceling the show will also do this to her.
No, let me think. I feel like canceling this show is just going to make her hate black people more. She's like, those foolish monkeys, they got me fired.
Yeah. But let me ask you though, what if she said it to be funny? Because she is a comedian, right? Yeah. Because a lot of black people also compare white people. Okay, but that's not funny to you. A lot of people are laughing. But I'm saying a lot of people also compare other races to other animals. So why do we get so offensive when it's done to us?
Everybody answer
because sometimes I feel like we black people, we claim we are kings and we are queens and we are this and we are that.
King and queen, we are.
No, but I'm saying, and then somebody says something and we are so sensitive, like, if you're such powerful and you know who you are, things like this should not affect you.
So then you should let it fly. Then
that's what I'm saying. Good. For me, I'm not offended if somebody calls me a monkey. I'm not like monkey.
I'm not offended by racist people.
I'm not offended either personally.
Differently. the fact that you're not offended doesn't mean the next person can be offended. And also, not being offended does not mean that you shouldn't check what the person says. Somebody can call me a nigger outside, and I will do nothing about it because I'm not offended.
No.
But he has to be checked.
Yes.
No, if you're not offended, why check? If you're not offended,
no, it doesn't mean you're offended. Checking doesn't mean you're offended.
Because just because Timani is not offended, he gonna run through the hood and call somebody.
That will shoot you.
That's my point is, why not let us all come together? If we are claiming we are kings and queens and we are so strong, let's all come together and just look at them like, you know, because sometimes if you don't pay no mind to your haters, and you know they don't
but
affect
you can't. I don't know how else you're going to pass this message across to people. So I don't think this was the best answer at all. Because now I'm missing out on a good show. Listen to me. I don't understand all these things that these people are cancelled because and like so many corporations have racist people working at the helms of it as CEOs, but you people are still using shit. Uber says you supported Trump. Everybody, I'm still using Uber. Everybody's still using Uber.
I'm not. I don't even have Uber on my phone.
You have a car.
I don't.
You have a car. So
I don't.
Like,
but I don't have Uber. No, but I still take it. I use Lyft and I use Via. But
we're gonna start canceling shows because people are being racist and they are saying insensitive things. Hello, what is Trump doing in the office then? Cancel.
But has Trump ever tweeted that blacks are monkeys? Has he ever tweeted something like that?
All right, so we're gonna leave it there. Let's move on to the next topic. Yazzie.
This topic is so.
Tell us.
Oh my God, like, okay, I'm just gonna say it, and I don't even know how. I have goosebumps talking about it. A boy, I think he's 17 now, but when the crime happened, he was 15, and he has been sentenced to 5 years in jail and 10 years of probation for stealing $100 pair of Nike sneakers. And when you compare it to, he's 15 years old, I believe the guy is in his 50s. He molested, he raped a young girl, and he got like probation, like not even jail time. He got 5 years probation. You know, and he's white.
This is right before us. This is obvious. We know what it is.
And guys, on this, we say these are America's issues. Now we can talk about this from now till tomorrow. That's the same reason why Kim Kardashian said preserve her daughter's future boyfriends. Stop sending them to jail. This is what we're talking about. Do you know? No, that's the truth. This is what we're talking about. Like the whole racism thing. The funniest thing is that I don't know why you guys are wasting your time. It's going to take somebody that really wants to like tear up the Constitution and tear up all the laws because. Face it, the criminal justice system was instituted to put black people back in jail.
It's the modern day slavery. It went from us being lynched to just them putting us in jail. And you got to think about it like the whole point of racism is to oppress, right? Is to oppress black people, because when you actually look at the world as the whole, white is more of a minority than black.
True.
When you look at it as a whole, like on the whole entire world. So the whole point is to like not make more black people, right? So just put them in jail, because if you put them in jail, and why are they only putting the men in jail? Why are they not putting us women in jail as much as they put the men? But that's because the men are the ones, you need a black man to like make another black baby.
I mean, he's not supposed to steal. It's wrong.
But
how can you get 5 years and 10-year probation for stealing a pair of Nike? You understand?
And you know what? I would be okay with that sentence if a grown-ass man, a man that's old enough to be a grandfather, can hurt a child and only get 5 years of probation. Like that crime, the boy didn't kill anybody. He didn't beat up anybody. I mean, I did hear that there was a pistol shown or whatever, but we don't know if the pistol was real or not. And the pistol wasn't fired. So it was technically a non-violent crime. To a crime that is violent, that is physically violent, mentally disturbing, emotionally disturbing, to compare the two and for him to get only probation, like, that's my problem. Like, it's like, if you want to send all black men to jail, cool. But then make it equal for everyone.
His name is Dayan Davis, and he's now 18 years old. And I think that's why they gave him such a harsh sentencing, because now he's an adult.
Yeah, but he did it when he was 15.
I know, but he got in court when he was 18.
15.
When he went in court, his mother told the judge that maybe he was hanging around the wrong person that day, and the judge said he is the wrong person. He was the wrong person. This got me thinking. Some of these judges in this court.
That's the problem.
Let me tell you his first
Some of these judges in the court, I don't know who heard them. I don't know what black men broke their hearts. they are very, very, when they see a black man in the court or when they see a black boy in the
they're
court, automatically it's
threatened
like
by a black man.
they're guilty and don't give them a chance. And that's where I have the problem.
That's what I'm telling you guys. I said that, I feel like that's what they teach them. I don't know whether they know enough black lawyers or black judges in this country, but I feel like that is what they teach them. They ingrain it in the police, in the criminal system, in the in the legislative system. It's all ingrained in their mentality. Let me tell you the truth. He got 5 years in prison. It's not for, you think it's for stealing shoes? No, boo-boo. No. He got 5 years in prison for being black.
Yes.
You know what? Do you know his punishment for stealing shoes? That 10 years probation. That's for stealing the shoes. He got 5 years because all that judge look was like, another gang boy on the streets. Let's lock this one up.
And that 10-year probation, you might as well just be in jail because you walk in the street of America with 10 years probation. You
and 5 years on your record.
You can't do nothing. You can't even
go to. It's
summertime, right? It's summertime, right? You can't even go to a pool party, and if a fight breaks out and it's not even your fault, just because you are there, you are in trouble.
Yeah.
It's really sad. What I can say is we need to preach more about getting us into schools. Enough with the rappers. We have enough rappers already. Yeah. Let's get into schools. Can somebody study being a lawyer? Can somebody study being a judge? My Africans, we have a lot of nurses. Can you branch off and study something else?
That was
it's crazy. That way things like this don't happen. It's really, really sad.
The oppression is real. Like I was in the train the other day. There was this black kid. He's not really a kid. He looks like he's 18. You know those kids who sell sweets in cartons? And the next thing the white lady asks him is, where's your business license?
Ooh.
And you know if he doesn't have that, he gets in trouble.
Where was my business license when you enslaved my people?
Ha!
All right, to my people, I think we should. I think people out there and us too, we can fight for this. Just the same way we hashtag free McMill and McMill is out. We can still help this little guy. Let's get into it and help this little guy. But we're gonna end here. Thank you guys so much for having this conversation with me. I really love our viewers. We really love you guys for watching. Until next time, you're watching the ABS show. This is Minatv. Bye.
Thanks for watching. And if you liked this episode, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you next time.